Good afternoon. It is a Monday. It is a Monday, and welcome to a little bit of this and that with Dorota. And I am your host, Dorota. I do many, many things, many hats. However, I also bring you people every week that are wearing amazing hats to show you what's out there to help you grow. And today is no different. I have a pleasure of bringing two beautiful souls from Soulful Camp. They run it. It's a women's camp when you can go and grow, release, and so much more. But you will find out more because I have Jenny McKee and Heather Delorazio. I apologize if I butchered.
That's okay.
Practice. So forgive. But I am so excited to have the ladies because I've been to not one, but two of their camps. And in one of them, I was a leader, and there's follow the leader. And there is three more coming up that I'm going to be part. No, actually four. So I'm so excited, but let's give it to the girls. So let's go with Heather. Heather, tell us a little bit about yourself. And I'm sorry for butchering your name.
Hey, that's okay. I think I've messed your name up once or twice myself. So, hey everyone, I'm Heather Del Rosario. I'm co-founder of Soulful Camp. I am so excited to be here today with you and Dorota and Jenny. Soulful Camp is my heart. It's my purpose. It's what I was put on this earth to do. And I am so excited that I actually, get to live my purpose every day. So, what else do you want to know about me, Dorota?
I think we're going to find out a lot about both of you as we go along, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm Jenny, Jenny McKee, and like Heather, this is just Soulful Camp is our passion, and it is my deepest desire to help other women to find the connection and opportunities that come from camp. And we know that it's powerful work that's being done, and it's just really awesome to co-create with so many beautiful souls out there that are really looking to grow themselves and help heal the planet and themselves at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. So Soulful Camp, how did that come about?
Well,
two different ladies that came together, and they created something that is so impactful, like impacts you on so many different levels.
I think, well, the universe, the creator, made it come about for sure. Jenny and I were introduced, crazily
mutual
enough.
Friends, yep.
A mutual friend. Jenny needed a ride. I'm like, hey, I'm going. I'll pick her up. I didn't know her. And we met, and it was an instant connection. We lived in the same town at that time. And then I moved away. I moved up to Halliburton, and we stayed connected. And when Soulful Camp, we were thinking about it. We both did retreats previously. We wanted to do it on a bigger level, and we knew that we wanted to do it with each other. So that's really
that's it in a nutshell.
It was spirit-led, spirit-guided, and we listened, and here we are. We're going into our 5th year, so we're super excited about that. And we have 6 camps planned for next year.
Holy moly. I know I'm doing 3 of those, got 4 of those. 4.
Yes. Yeah, 4.
4. I can't count. Look at that.
We've got you hooked, Dorota, and we also just can't let you go because we just love you to bits. So,
exactly. And that's an important thing about our Soulful Camp is that we don't do it on our own. We bring in fantastic leaders like yourself who are gifted in their fields so that they can share their gifts with the women that, come to camp. So you're a really big part of what we do.
Absolutely.
Now you're making it back and they can't see it. So thank you. Let's talk about you. So Soulful Camp, how was your first one? How did that go?
Our first camp, that was amazing. Wow. That was, what was it, 2018, Heather? And I think we had about 30 women, and We did everything. Actually,
Mhm.
Heather and I were joking and talking about that the other day when we reminisce. Now, I mean, we have 7 or 8 leaders at each camp. We have people on our team to help us do things. But our first camp, it was just the 2 of us. I think we had one yoga instructor and one other leader.
Drumming leader.
Drumming. There was just a couple things, but Heather and I ran every session. We were running around like chickens with our head cut off, but we loved it, and we saw the impact that first camp. We knew that this was something powerful and that we had to keep doing this. And that was it. And we've had about over a dozen camps throughout the years so far. We would have had more if the world hadn't gone kaboom, but we're moving through that anyways, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So how did the name Soulful Camp come about? I want to know.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we were just brainstorming, and I know I was up in Halliburton, and I actually think I'm going to take credit for Jenny, because I think I was the one who came up. I don't know. Did I? I think so. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It was a collaboration. It's always a collaboration with Jenny and I. We knew that we wanted to fill women's souls, right?
Yeah.
So that was important to us. It wasn't just about coming to camp to have fun. And so we wanted our name to reflect what our intentions were.
Yes.
And it was probably, I'm trying to take credit, but it was probably
it was
not just me.
It was all that, but it was also, I also remember sitting in front of the GoDaddy trying to see what domain names were available. And then that became a whole part, because we had a lot of different ideas and options all around Soulful Heart, like connections. We had all these different things, but ultimately it did come down to the domain name. But I think that obviously was there and ready for us. It was meant to be. So
yeah, exactly.
Is that right? So it's distractor, because people go like, what are you talking about, soulful camps, right? So what are you talking about, instructors and leaders? What's that like? So it's not a camp that you go as a child, right? It's not like that, but it's a lot of fun as well. So
right.
it's like 3 days usually, right? I mean, 2 nights.
Yep.
Right.
And well, the campers, the ladies who come to our camps are, they come to get away, to reconnect to who they were before everybody told them who they were supposed to be, to connect to their inner child, to have fun, but also do some work as well. So, we have like we said, our soul sessions and our workshops and leaders with different activities, but there's also activities at each different camp, depending on the location. This year, one of them coming up, there's horseback riding. At some of them, there's rock climbing and tree top trekking. And one of them has a zip line, and a lot of them have kayaks and canoes. And, there's all sorts of different activities for you to try and get out in nature. A lot of our, a big component for us is the importance of being out in nature and connecting to the earth, and really getting outside and rediscovering how it feels to just play.
Exactly. And another big area is creativity. So we encourage creativity. So we have a lot of creative sessions, paint sessions, macrame, chakra, building a bracelet. Like there's so many things, and women get to choose what they want to do. So we have certain activities scheduled. They choose which one they want to go to. So they're building their own weekend as well.
And there's a lot of free time. And what I loved about it is when I didn't want to do one workshop, it just like, you change your mind, and I wanted a me time just to absorb the surroundings. So I went to the Lutheran's camp up in Ottawa Valley with you guys. That was my first camp. So I wanted to soak up all that beauty. And I was able to attend.
Exactly. It's your weekend. And that's what we respect, about every woman. It's going to be different for every woman. And talking about the Ottawa Valley camp this year, Dorota, we're doing something really different at that camp. That is going to be our healing and spiritual camp. So it's going to be solely focused on growing yourself spiritually, healing wounds that you need to heal, or growing, areas that you want to grow. So we're super excited. It's the first time we're doing something like that, and of course you're going to be there.
Of course.
Yes, yes. I'm gonna
Uh,
be on that. I like when I saw it and when you guys ladies sent the email, I'm like, that's it. That's the one. I gotta go. I gotta go.
Yes.
I'm gonna be doing an awesome, amazing workshop. I'm so excited. I'm just so excited. But no, there's not bad. However, I also want to talk a little bit more about that weekend and how they structure, because we did say they got free time, but you guys also make sure that everybody's needs are met. So whether it be dietary or whichever way, everything is met. And I think
Yes.
that's so amazing. And there's no hidden costs.
No, it's
No.
and this is it. It's an all-inclusive weekend away where you don't have to think about what to cook. You don't have to cook it. You don't have to do the dishes. You can just come, and all of the camps have amazing chefs. And of course, we can meet all dietary needs. They are used to gluten-free, dairy-free, vegan. They can take care of it, no problem. So it really is that weekend away where everything's taken care of for you. You get to have 2 nights to sleep away and get away from your family. And some of our camps have more rustic accommodations of cabins. Some of them, they do have upgrades where you can even have a private room to yourself. It depends on what you're needing and which camp that you're attending.
I think it's awesome because again, you're going there for yourself. So when you're going
Yes.
for yourself, you're not going there. It's not about luxury. It's about going simple, because I think life gets so complicated and we're so used to chasing that dollar sign so
Mhm.
much, and everything has a dollar sign in our daily life. So it's kind of like going up to the camp. It's like unplugging. So you
Yes.
give women a chance to unplug. And I loved the one that we had, the last one. Sorry, I forgot. It was
Cedar Ridge and
Bancroft.
Bancroft. Yep.
Because
Yep.
there was no self-service. I was
Yes.
I was like, oh my gosh, are you telling me I can actually have a quiet weekend without my phone going, without somebody needing
Yes.
something? Because you can say unplug. I know I say that to my clients all the time, unplug. However, it's so hard to unplug because there's always somebody needing something and you wanting to make sure that everybody's taking care of you, didn't miss anything. It's just, we live in that kind of
But
world.
True.
that's the opportunity, right? When you are coming here is to unplug. And that's, a big part of it. We do encourage the women to, shut it down and truly be here in the moment and not be distracted by so much that's going on, on around you, right?
Exactly. And I love that. I was like, oh my gosh, like when I was thinking, I even called my son, okay, remember, make sure you got everything. He's 21. For those that are listening, going like, what? You left your son? Yes, I did. He's 21, going 22. So there's your groceries. Everything's done. I'll talk to you in 3 days.
Yeah.
Talk to you in 3 days.
And that's important because we need me time, right? We need, especially after these last crazy couple of years, like women are so stressed out, especially now, that they need to get away. They need to refocus on self and, prioritize themselves again, because a lot of women have lost that in the last couple of years because they've been prioritizing everyone else, their family, work environments have changed, like everything has changed, and so many women that talk to us tell us that they're feeling so much stress, they're just lost themselves, and so this is an opportunity for them to come and find themselves again.
And it's
Yeah.
amazing because I loved it. I loved every minute of it. The biggest part that I love is that it's soulful. What that means is, because I do a lot of soul work too, is actually forgetting everything that you know for a minute.
Right.
Come back to the basics. I'm going to keep saying that. And I think that is amazing that you guys are offering going back to the basics, because as women, our role in the societies has changed drastically.
Mhm.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So we're not just a mother staying at home, doing the stuff. You are doing so many things
Mhm.
that sometimes you don't know which way you're going, if you're going left, right, or sideways.
Yeah.
And this here, it just basically gives you a minute to be a kid, withdraw backwards, but also it's not all fun. It's
Well,
a lot of work
there is some work, and
for the soul, and you
yes.
get to face yourself and you start healing.
Yes. Well, and
Exactly.
that's where, Heather and I both, we run what we call our soul sessions, which are the ones that we don't say they're mandatory, but they kind of are. We really encourage everybody to take the soul sessions. They can custom make the rest of the weekend, but we really do encourage the women to come to the 3 soul sessions, because those are the pillars of what has built. We teach things that are really helping, that we've gone through and learned, and it gives them those opportunities to go within, like you said, to just pause and to go in and inside and sort of see what it is you need, and how to give that to yourself, because we're really good at giving things to other people what they need, but we don't often give ourselves what we need, and so, a lot of women don't even know what it is. So having
Yeah.
those soul sessions gives them the opportunity to check in with themselves without the distractions, to go within and really listen to what their soul is calling for them to do and to feel and to be.
And Jenny touched on something there that I just want to expand on a little bit more, and that's about awareness. A
Mhm.
lot of women don't even know what they need because they're just unaware, right? And that's one of the key foundations of Soulful Camp, is to bring awareness to women so they can understand what they need and then take a step forward to get that. Because when you're unaware, you don't know what you need, so there's no way of finding it, right? And it opens women up to possibilities that they didn't even know existed for them before.
Mhm.
Exactly, because again, you're so busy, or you've just been conditioned certain way, or
Yes.
certain
Yeah,
expectation.
or you just don't know, like you
Mhm.
just don't know, right? For whatever reason. And we open that door so you can take a peek in and really see what's on the other side.
It is. Because you ladies do it together, but you also do coaching separately as well, right? So this is just the Soulful Camp itself is your combined thing. But Jenny, you're also a life coach. Heather, you're also doing coachings, right? Jenny has affirmation.
Yeah, yeah. I I am a life coach, but I don't take clients anymore. Just not my purpose. But I am going to be doing some online group sessions with heart-centered growth. So, but Jenny does. She takes clients. She's awesome.
Yes. I do. I do some one-on-one coaching clients. I have limited spots, but yes, I do have that available as well, for sure.
And like why I mentioned this is because like you guys all come together with your tools and you manage to blend them,
Yes.
blending to do a lot of reflection. Because I know I was not expecting that. I know when
Mm.
I went, I wasn't expecting. And that meaning is the first night, I think we did first introduction and stuff. And then we had a little bit of a workshop, and then you bring those pictures and stuff. It goes right for the heart. It goes
Yeah.
right for the heart. And it's important for women to feel that they are whole.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Good point. So many women are fractured, right?
That they're whole without feeling guilty about it, or
Mhm.
um, that it's okay to feel satisfied, that it's okay to be happy. Because a lot of women that I've met on the camps, they were like, but I didn't know it was okay for me to be happy,
Mhm.
which is really a sad thing to hear when you hear, I didn't know it was okay for me to be happy. And
Yeah.
now just finding that happy. That's why we lose ourselves a lot of times too. Like
Right.
we get too busy chasing and making somebody else happy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Jenny and I both have past backgrounds where, for sure, I mean, I burn out. I mean, I had a mental, physical, and emotional breakdown. That was my awakening, and I hope no one has to go through what I did. But yeah, I was certainly way unhappy. I felt like a fake. I was just this woman, wandering listlessly around, just doing being what I thought everybody else wanted me to be. And I totally lost Heather. So when I woke up, I was like, wow, every woman needs to experience this in their life. Not the burnout, but the awakening, right? And that's what I mean. Jenny and I were soul sisters. Like
We are.
we know that spirit, brought us together, and we built this community of women. And that's another big thing that we haven't even touched on, is the community of women that come to Soulful Camp. They are soul sisters. They support each other after camp. It's
Yes.
beautiful. The connections that they make.
Yeah, and I think it's important to mention that there is literally, it's open to everyone, every woman, no matter what walks of life you're coming from. 'Cause
Absolutely.
you have Kim as sponsor sister, right? Or
yeah, send a sister to camp. That's our philanthropy. We fundraise, and last year we sent 11 women to camp who either for financial reasons or personal reasons or health reasons wouldn't give themselves camp, right? Or couldn't afford to either, whatever. There's a nomination process. We raise money, and this year we're hoping to send 25 women to camp through Send a Sister. We're totally excited. We'll be opening nominations in January and starting our fundraising. And yeah, it's really our heart to have everyone who needs to be at camp to be at camp.
Yeah. And some of the women that all that came this year, all the 11 women, they I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. They were meant to be there. Like they needed it, and it was exactly what it was just divine timing for them. And it makes us really proud that we could be able to offer that to a lot of women that just even just wouldn't have done it for themselves, because a lot of women just don't feel they're deserving of spending the time or money on themselves. And this is something where we need to shift that, right? But this opportunity with Send a Sister is a great way to build community and give back, right? And it's just more soul sisters to love.
And the camps are happening mostly in Ontario right now. However, if you got anybody is listening and it's outside of Ontario, you are always welcome to come and join, because it's not inclusive. It's inclusive to everybody. It's not excluding anyone. So it doesn't matter where you are. If you want to just get away, and the prices are very, like, when I saw it, I was like, how much food do I buy to go there? What do I need to bring? Oh, there's workshops. Okay, so I was thinking that I'm going to have to add everything on top of it. No, it's all included. Because when I saw the price, I was like, wow, seriously, that's all included?
Yeah, our early bird price is $4.95.
Okay.
Yeah. It was really important to Jenny and I when we were talking about pricing to make it affordable for every woman. There's all kinds of camps that are way more expensive, but we didn't want that. We wanted it to be accessible, and everything's included. Food, workshops,
and the stuff that you had, because we did I did few activities, and it's all included. And guys, you definitely, if you can't get away, if you can't give yourself a weekend, check out Soulful Camp. Is it .com or .ca?
.ca.
And the other thing too is we run a contest every year, so we do a draw. So one lucky winner gets to come to camp for free. So
join our mailing list, and you can enter to win.
soulfulcamp.ca. You can log on there and enter our contest.
So we talked a lot about the Soulful Camp, and I want to know a little bit more about you now, guys, because we did find out why you did it. We kind of know a little bit about Heather, how she got here. You worked before in corporate, right?
I did in training and development. Of course, right?
What else? So that was kind of like a next step for you.
Yeah, I knew that my husband retired, and I'm like, okay, I get to retire from corporate. And so I started my own consulting company at that time and just kind of did leadership training, and then moved to Halliburton and said, well, I'm not commuting to Toronto anymore. So I started my own retreats. I had a beautiful property up in Halliburton, and I started my own small retreats. And that's kind of what led me to think, how do I reach more women? Because I could have about 10 to 12 women at my retreats, but how do I reach more? And so that's kind of how it evolved for me.
Yeah.
And here I am.
And here you are. But it's also made you take a chance on yourself, right? Because as you have that different understanding of working in corporate, right?
Yeah.
Because it's a different hustle bustle, right?
Absolutely. I mean, being an entrepreneur is totally different than being in corporate, and, you know, being able to take that step and do consulting with what I did before to move into this realm. But, you know, I believe in myself now. I never always believed in myself, but through, you know, personal growth, I believe in myself. And even to the point where my husband and I now are living our dream. You know, we sold our house back in Ontario, and we live full time in our motorhome. So we travel to wherever destination we want to go. We're out on Vancouver Island right now. So it's been a whole life change for, you know, me personally. You know, having the conviction to do the things that I want to do and live life, and not just let life, you know, pass me by.
And that, I think that's important, living the life, because a lot of us, we think we are living, but we're just on such an autopilot from day to day. Because again, you have certain drives, you gotta go this way to make sure everything's taken care of, that you walk that path so much that your feet even wore out, right?
Yeah.
You yourself too, because you were first doing business events, right? Like a lot of business
Well,
networking and stuff, and you're
well, it's funny because I have a totally different background than Heather, and I think that that's part of why we complement each other. I've been a multi-passionate entrepreneur for 23 years, so I've been self-employed forever, it feels like. But I've shifted and evolved my businesses over the years, really as I grew and developed myself. And, you know, I lived for many years in mental illness. I struggled with major depression and anxiety, and had to deal with a lot of emotional challenges that was happening. And through all of that, I moved on and grew myself and started shifting and noticing how much that helped me. And I was helping other people along the way. And it kind of just evolved into everything now. And now I know now what I went through was exactly what I needed to go through, so that I could be sharing these things now and helping women on their mental health journey, because that's something, you know, I'm really passionate about, and, you know, about our thoughts and how they become things. So
I love that you touched up on mental health, because we forget about that.
yeah.
Thinking that we're just overthinkers. We're just thinking we're oversensitive because we've been told we're oversensitive. There's so much that's been put in. So anything that we do ourselves, it feels like it's it, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
you know, how can one weekend help? I believe one weekend is like a startup.
Yes.
Beginning of a new journey. Do I need to go to all the ones? No. It's great if you can.
You're totally welcome to.
And we do have a lot of campers who return every year because they see the value in it. But yeah, it is. It's the awakening. And once you're awakened and once you're aware, which, you know, Soulful Camp provides you, then you can take those next steps, whatever they are for you, because they're different for every woman, right?
Exactly. And, you know, it's, as they say, empowered women empower women, right?
Yes. Well, and this is, you know, we look at it of the ripple effect, right? You know, we know like what we're offering at camp just that weekend is not even just what our workshops impacting these women, but it's also the conversations that they have with each other, and the discussions and all of those things. Those women all go home and send all those positive energies and things that they've learned, and that ripples out to their family, and then their family ripples that out. And, you know, we know that the impact that it can happen when we empower one woman, who is she going to empower and help after that?
Exactly. And not just, you also teach to empower kids. And that is important because
Mhm.
when we are being opened up to ourselves, we can see how we can affect how we affect things and how it can change the effect we had if it was not the best one.
Absolutely.
Because the more you understand yourself, the easier it is to understand other people, right? Because,
Yeah.
but again,
And
you
it,
really want to understand yourself, right?
right. It's in, camp is a non-judgment
Mhm.
environment, right? So there's no judging ever from the women, from us. So women can really be themselves and open themselves up to see what it is so that they can grow. And like what we love, we've had a couple of mother and daughter. The mom has come and then next time brought her daughter, right? So it's that, like Jenny said, that trickle effect, the ripple effect. And it's like if you're the best that you can be and you're showing your daughter what that looks like, she's going to want that and want it for
Yeah.
herself.
Yeah, that's
And
what I mentioned the kids because it's important again, like if I'm not really feeling it until I went to the camp, let's say, and I saw it, oh my goodness, look at me here. That's not who I want to be. I didn't know that that's how I was responding to things. Because you not only learn about things, you will learn more about yourself and
Mhm.
self-worth, I want to say, and self-confidence.
yeah,
Mhm.
self-worth is big.
Big.
You might not
That's
get
my journey.
in.
Yeah.
However, again, that key is turned and it's turning faster and faster now, right?
Yes.
Exactly.
It's like it spreads. It spreads. You just spread it because you're becoming a more yourself. I don't want to say different person. You're becoming a better
Yeah,
version.
you know what? It's really about being your authentic self. And I think that that's it's permission to be you, unapologetically, owning what you like, what you don't like, what you want to do, what you don't want to do, what you need and what you don't need. Like it's really being yourself and stop hiding and apologizing for wanting what you want. And women, we've been trained and conditioned so much of that you're not supposed to want that, you're not supposed to feel happy, you're not supposed to have all the things. Well, you can have what you want, but you need to value yourself too and understand that you're worthy of putting that in, right?
It's going to bring that more balance and in
Mhm.
many ways. Like that's why it's important. I think women understand women a little bit better.
Mhm. Yes.
Yeah. And I think a lot of women also get to camp and say, hey, I'm not the only one like this, right?
Yes.
I'm not
Yes.
alone. Like there are other women who feel the same way I do. And then that's where the connection comes in. And then, they have those conversations and they continue their journey. We have a private group where all of our alumni are part of that group and they share things together after camp. So it's not just at camp with those connections, they make those connections, but they continue them after camp as well. And they know that they're never alone. I mean, we've had
Mhm.
so many women reach out in the group with a problem and women jump right in there and, supporting them through it. So
Mhm.
it's
And
awesome.
that's the key is we always say once you come to camp, you're a soul sister because you're connected by your heart. You're connected because you see each other in through the eyes of love. You're a soul sister. There's no judgments on you. There's nothing to hold against you. It's just being there to support you because blood isn't always the only kind of family you have, and it's not always the best one. And when you can connect with people who see you for who you are, that's a soul sister. So we think that's a really important part of it as well.
Absolutely, because being able to see. I just want to touch a little bit about authentic because everyone is already authentic. We're already different from each other, and that's
Yeah.
our uniqueness. And a lot of people and women sacrifice that, put that aside to become comparing themselves to someone else, and want to take that on because it's being yourself is not good enough. So
Well,
that comes to
yeah.
weight, that comes to what you eat, that comes to how you talk, and whatever your work environment is. Oh, I want to be like her. I want to be, and this in understanding that you don't need to be like anybody except yourself, because
Mhm.
like me and Jane talked about, like when people feel like they want to come back up, they look for somebody that they can become, and they make those role models and start becoming them. It's great to look for role models to show you, hey, I can do this too, but do it as yourself versus that's
Yeah.
somebody else, because you're already amazing, you're already unique, you're already beautiful. So if you see where that lady is, amazing, to say, hey, if she did it, I definitely can do it better. But don't go doing the same stuff. Just do you your way.
Right. I think that society and marketing and commercials and everything has put so much pressure on women to be a certain way, right? Rather than like, so we've moved so far from ourselves because this is how I'm supposed to be. This is how I'm supposed to look. This is, if I want to be loved, I have to do this. This is what all of these, you know, marketing and TV shows and crazy things have you know, been ingrained into our heads since we've been little girls, right? And
But
what we're saying is, no, you don't.
also family, let's just be frank, you know, family, like that. Well, your friend is never late. Why are you always late? Well, look, your friend always has her hair done. Why don't you have your hair done? Like, we've been compared to other people all our lives, and it started at home before we even knew about TV and advertising and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Because they were programmed too. They didn't know any better, and so they passed their expectations on. You know, it's this crazy circle, and that's the cycle. I think that's the thing. We want to stop the Soulful Camp. At camp, we want to stop that cycle. We want you to take a pause and say, "No, do I have to do that? No, I really don't. I can just do me, right?"
And do it for a weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it starts with a small step and then it keeps
everything. Yeah. One little step and that's it. You know, when even just for a lot of women, it's a big leap for them just to take that a weekend away. You know, that's a big leap for them. And then maybe then the next leap could be doing something else for themselves on a regular basis. You know, like it's those little steps that we start, you know, teaching women how to implement things into their life to start feeling better, to start being happier, you know, all of those things that get a balanced and complete life.
Yeah, because I really I loved it when I went to the bathroom and there was a sign saying camp hair and I don't care.
Yeah. We're like, don't put makeup on, don't do your hair, just like, you know, be you and have fun.
That was so amazing.
And we often have women, it's like, I don't have to wear a bra all weekend. If you don't want to wear your bra, don't wear your bra. That's okay. You can do that.
Safe space, right?
Yeah.
It's important for all the people that are listening to know that in Soulful Camp, we also hold space for each other. And because who do you have holding space for you outside? You might not have anybody, you might. And if you do, that's awesome. But it's all about holding space that is non-judgment. Just listening there. I don't need to give you advice. I'm just going to sit here and listen. Because I know I've met some ladies there that we just sat there and they talked and I would just like listen, because you don't need to have the answer. You're allowed to speak out and just be. So holding space, it's a safe spot to hold space and be in a safe space. Right?
Yes. Sorry.
Yes. Oh, I was just thinking.
I know, that just felt so nice.
Well, it is. It's just, you know, we talk in our stuff a lot of, it's a space to be heard, it's space to be held, space to be loved, space to be nurtured, space to be carefree, right? It's space for you to be, and instead of doing all the time, it's a space for you just to be, and it's really beautiful.
Yeah, it is on so many ways. Yes, you get to work, but you also get to have a lot of fun.
Oh, lots of fun.
Escape room. That was awesome. Scavenger hunt. That was awesome. And a nightly fire. Oh my goodness.
Nothing like an Ontario fire and looking up at the stars. And we had a beautiful full moon last year when we were with you at Camp Lutherland. And I believe one of our camps coming up.
Camp Lutherland is full moon again.
Is it Camp Lutherland again? Yes. Awesome.
Yeah.
So, you know,
our spiritual camp. And just to go back to our camps, we do have many different locations. So we have location in Bancroft, in Algonquin Park, Ottawa Valley, and in Brantford. So there's, something for every woman to, oh, and Halliburton. I forgot Halliburton.
And Halliburton too. Yep.
Biggest one?
Sorry, Dorota?
Isn't that the biggest one? Halliburton?
We
Well-
have a new location in Halliburton, and it is lovely for this year. So yeah, we're excited about that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to Halliburton too, so
Yep. You're going to go to a new camp this year.
You'll get.
I might as well just move in and just move
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
around.
Right? No, it's exciting. We're super excited about 2022 because we have a goal to reach so many women this year. We know women need camp, and we're excited to be able to to offer it to them.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you right now, putting you totally on the spot. What advice would you give ladies that are listening right now? You think about it too, Jenny. Both of you.
Oh, geez.
What is one thing that you would like the listeners to take away, or is there something that you want them to have a look at?
I think I would say my biggest lesson in learnings and growth for myself was learning to love myself wholeheartedly and to love every piece of myself. And it's self-acceptance is a really, big part of this, the first step of loving yourself. And I think that it's really important that we learn to start loving ourselves and treating ourselves as our own best friend and giving ourselves what we need, and not expecting everybody else to do it for us, because that's just waiting for disappointment sometimes, right? And expectations. So, if we need to start loving ourselves more. So I think my big thing would be just to start, honoring and looking at yourself through eyes of love, and seeing how freaking fantastic you are and all that you bring to the world, because you're needed and you're important.
For me, I totally agree with what Jenny said, of course, but I also would ask women to take a moment and just stop and be honest with themselves.
Mm.
Are you happy with where you are right at this moment? Are you happy with your life? Are you happy with you? If you're not, if there's, or do you want to be better? But it's the honesty with yourself, to really having that honest conversation, and make a change. Take that step, whatever that is for you. Coming to camp, having a reading with Dorota, working with Dorota, whatever that is, be honest and make a change. That was big for me because I walked around, unaware and not even, I didn't love myself. Like I had no self-worth pretty much through my entire life because of situations that happened to me. But once I got honest with myself and, and had that conversation with myself and sat there and looked at myself in the mirror and said, if I don't change, nothing in my life is going to change. That's when things started to change for me.
Yeah.
Because that's like taking your power back.
Right.
Absolutely.
Love the way that's perfect
So
words.
easily. Well, by the way, thank you for throwing my name into doing sessions with me. Thank you. Bye. But yeah, we give up our power away so much, not just to like even to everybody, like even to our friends and so on, without realizing it.
Yeah, exactly. It's the unawareness, right? And what when you're unaware, you don't know any different. But when you have that honest conversation with yourself, that's when you can look for a different way of doing things.
Yeah, that's kind of like you're looking like, do I actually want this? This is what I want to put up with? Is that what I actually want? Because a lot of times we just get, like I said, we forget that we have more choices, more power than we do. We might not go, like Powerpuff Girls, I got the power, you don't always feel it, but what are you powerful about today? What was your power like today, right?
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. No, so
Yeah.
true.
Well, I know that was a big part for myself of my own journey too, of realizing that my mental health was not going to change unless I did something about it, and it became seeing that I was worth the energy and the work that went into it, and it took a long time and a lot of resources and a lot of things, right? But it was building on that belief. It took me a long time to get where I am now, and honoring that and seeing, other women, seeing and honoring them and looking and recognizing how far they've come. It's also that acknowledgement when you see other women at camp that they connect and go, like Heather said, oh, me too, I'm having these struggles, but also, oh, look at her, she's amazing. Oh, hey, me too. It's starting to see ourselves in that new light that is really awesome.
Exactly. And I loved it because one of the sessions you had when we had to pick a picture, like the two pictures, because I know you do it differently each time. I thought I had it, I already know what I'm doing. Yeah. No, I didn't. But it was like what you want to see yourself like. So I would say to women, it's like, how do you want to see yourself like? Right? And
Right.
that's what the camp offers. It offers you a pause to see how do you want to be seen. Because sometimes, yeah, knowing that you're not in the right spot is just like, how do I actually want to be seen versus how do I feel I'm being seen?
Yeah, two totally different things.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
That I know there were quite a few ladies there that actually were like, wow, I didn't see myself that way. I thought I was this amazing person. I didn't realize that I was not necessarily the person that I wanted to be.
And it then goes back to, being what you think you should be rather than what you really are, right?
Yeah, and they became like totally, they start growing to being what they want, who they want to be versus how they want it to be seen. So that's
Yes.
also the difference, right?
Absolutely.
In perception. So much, right? So much.
Yeah. It's soul freaking awesome.
Yes.
And you guys are actually planning a couple trips outside the border on the plane, leaving on a jet.
One day, yes, that is
Yeah.
definitely in the plans one day. With how things are right now, we're going to keep it in Ontario for now, but we do have plans on expanding and growing and different opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to make a prediction right now. I'm going to tell you, I have a feeling in 2023, you guys are going to be in a different province.
Yes. Well, some of that's already started in the works.
Yes. Well, isn't that amazing?
Well,
yeah. Like she's psychic or something. Eh?
I know, right?
What's up with that?
Yeah. I mean, that's the advantage of me traveling all over the place too. I get to meet amazing women everywhere. So we're hoping to build some partnerships. We're developing some partnerships with some other women in other provinces so that we can expand and take Soulful Camp out to Canada first and then the world.
Yeah, world domination. No.
Right? Because every woman has a story, just like every person has a story, but we're talking about women because the camps are soulful camps for women to allow women a safe space to come and be. But again, they're very simple. Just to recap, if you're just tuning in, and as we're slowly wrapping up, the soulful camps are very simple. They let you go back to a childhood a little bit in a good way, where you get to work on yourself and play and have fun. But it's done in a camp setting, which there's cabins. Yes, some of them are rustic, but they're so awesome. Get a fireplace. Like I think every camp has actually fireplace on the inside too, right? Because we sat by the fireplace, and you get to do a self-discovery. I want to say, not just awareness, but self-discovery, because you discovered things about yourself that you didn't think were there.
Right.
And that stuff, the ones that you knew were there, but you just didn't want to pick them up.
Yes.
It's very true.
For me, that was writing. Like when I took Jen's, and you guys bring amazing leaders. Like
I do.
when I took the writing one, journals with Jen, I was like, okay. I used to write a lot. Let's just check this out. And because of taking that and of her as a person, I finished my book.
Oh, yay.
And it's a handbook. It's not a big one, but it's
Doesn't matter.
I can't wait to see it.
because it like we inspire each other. Inspired women inspire. Empowered women empower.
Absolutely.
And you don't need to go from 0 to 120 right away. That's how fast I drive, but don't tell me. I'm kidding. Not for the highway.
Not really.
Highways only. But it's taking that step by step to grow, right?
Exactly.
Empower one thing. So if lady listens to us right now, what one thing do you feel women first start discovering about themselves or empowering themselves in?
I think one of the things is letting go of those things that no longer serve you, right? Letting go of the things that are holding you back, letting go of the expectations of yourself, letting go of, the self-loathing that you might have, or, any of that stuff, letting go of those things that are not good for you. And you learn about those. And so many women, once you let go, then you can bring in something else, right? You can find your higher self, higher purpose, and find the courage to take that next step. That's the second one, but anyway.
Well, check out soulfulcamp.ca. You really do. The ladies are working on updating their website. It's already there, so you can see winter camp. It's gonna be so fun. Belly dancing.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's a lot of fun as well. Jenny, what would you say?
I would say, I think that, taking off after what Heather was saying with letting go. So you let go and then you connect with yourself. You connect with other women. You connect to nature again, and you get grounded, really grounded, and just connect. I find I connect to a higher power when I'm there. Like, it's just really, it's about that connection to yourself, to your place in the universe, and to other women. Oh, I'm getting goosies. It's just that connection. And I think we get so disconnected. I mean, it's ironic that we feel we're so connected because of all the phones and stuff. But if anything, we're more disconnected than ever. And, to get away from and go to camp is that opportunity for you to connect, body, mind, and spirit.
That's important. Thank you for mentioning, because that was on my list checklist. We are so disconnected, because you can talk to somebody on the phone, you can face them. So that's great when you're really far apart. However, the human contact is missing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, and especially after the last, 2 years, right? And women are especially needing this connection even more so.
Let me ask you, Jenny, do you have your affirmation cards handy?
I do not.
You do not?
I can make them handy, but I don't have them with me right now.
I think you should.
Okay.
I'm Heather.
Yeah. So while she's doing that, also Soulful Camp, I'll just, because it's SOULFULL camp.ca. If women are looking for us online, that's where they'll find us.
And it's the Canadian one. You can find them also on the Facebook. Like if you have a Facebook, Instagram, of course, they do all the social media. They're not on TikTok yet, but we're gonna get them. More to do, more, absolutely. And I believe if you can, every woman deserves a camp.
Agreed.
Agreed.
And those that are listening, if you can't make a camp, give yourself a timeout. Turn
Mhm.
everything off. Maybe if you have friends that you feel comfortable with that can hold your space for you. Because sometimes we have friends that we don't necessarily feel comfortable sharing stuff with. We're friendly, but we're not really feeling fully safe to show our, all our sides, right?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you find it, even taking few hours or a day, and I made Jenny get her affirmation card. Because I mean, by hers, she has them available. Right now they're available on her website, I believe, right?
They're available on my website, creatinginspiration.ca, and soon they will be on Amazon, so that'll be exciting. But maybe I'll shuffle. They are based on the Reiki principle of just for today and being in the moment, and they're different affirmations, body, mind, and spirit, to help you connect to that moment and a reminder for the today. So today, we've got the blue card, which is the mind. And today I will be clear and set boundaries that feel best for me. I am firm yet loving as I set these boundaries, and those around me accept them. It is necessary for me to do so. I now only do what is best for me, and it feels good.
Mm.
Kind of goes in alignment with what we were talking about today too, right?
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
now as we're talking about the affirmations, I'm going to ask, what is your favorite one? I think we each have our favorite affirmation as well, right? So you're looking at me.
For sure. Well, one I say often to myself is every day and every way I'm getting better and better. Every day and every way I'm getting better and better.
Amazing. Yourself, Heather?
Yeah. For me, it's I am worthy of receiving and having all the good in the world. For me, because worthiness was a big issue for me most of my life. So I'm worthy and accepting of everything that is good for me in this world.
Amazing.
Love it.
Mine is, I am in the best timeline yet for myself.
I like that.
That's nice.
That way I allow, create more and more and more and better stuff. More better stuff.
More better stuff. Yeah.
How my Polish is coming out. But yes, it's important to have, I believe, affirmations, whatever they are
Yes.
for you. And you can't say them without feeling them, because if you say it, just recite it, you're not serving yourself good, right?
Right. It's
Absolutely.
a belief. An affirmation has to be a belief.
Okay, so I'm going to totally put you guys on the spot again, because this is so much fun. I love doing it. In my class, you'd be on the spot all the time. You'd be like, oh, just stop it. All right. So Heather, what is the most authentic thing about yourself that you find?
I think the most authentic thing about myself is I'm this. That's a hard one. That's a hard one. I really am me. What you get is what you get. What you see is what you get. But I am very grounded and what's the word I'm looking for? Because I know I just go to Jenny for a minute, because I know I wrote this down once. Like hold on.
She passed it back.
Yeah, I got my book out. Hold on. It's great. I should know this, right?
Got a minute left. We're being on the
Well, yeah, you're on the timer. I think my biggest thing is that I'm very comfortable expressing my feelings, and I think that is one of my superpowers, is being able to do that. And I bring it. What you see is what you get as well. And I think Heather, her superpower is that worthiness and making you feel really safe and grounded.
Yeah. I just found it, Jenny.
And on that note, I want to thank the ladies for being here, guys. Thank you so much for sharing space with me. And for those listening, please go check out soulfulcamp.ca and come and hang out with them, because it's amazing. Find yourself and be one with oneself.
Thank you,
so much.
Dorota.
You
Thank you
guys
so
are
much for
really
having us.
amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you kindly.